have to do a minute of silliness because ad breaks. Otherwise, we don't get paid, or we get too much ads, or
You guys got paid?
ironically, yes. Not but very little though. It's like a little. But I need to wait for the program to say, hey, we can now do an ad break, because if I press too early, it will say like, yeah, that ad break didn't count. That ad break didn't count. Let's see. Let's see. Come on then. Aha, the ad break is here. So I can press the button. Now we can finally have an ad break. Ad break. Candy. Oh. And the ad break is ending in a few seconds. Okay, that's the first 2 minutes of time wasted. Hello, everyone. Line?
Hello, Mr. Kotlol.
Oh, I am Kotlol, yes. I am Mr. Kotlol, the DM of this session. The D&D with your Dungeon Master Kotlol. That's me, the Dungeon Master Kotlol.
Are you?
I'm not so sure anymore. Anyway, this week
Moving on.
we are joined by a group of adventurers deep in the Underdark. We are joined by a Poppy.
Hi.
We're joined by an Emberlyn.
Hello, everyone.
We're joined by a Lucas.
Hello there.
And we're joined by an Osius.
Hi.
So
Hi.
enthusiastic.
So enthusiastic. Also, he's below the half of his webcam screen, so there's a lot of real estate he's not using. 40 optimized. 40 optimized. Anyway, does everyone remember what they did last time?
I think we just took a long rest.
Something like that. I'll just do a
That was
quick
the last
recap.
thing we did.
So, the group was horribly lost within this section of the Underdark. They didn't know where to go, and thus, how would I say this? Tried to find a way to where their target is. They followed some footsteps that suddenly sprinted into the water, and all this with an underwater adventure with a rope. The rope eventually became too tight. And the person in the rope, Lucas, was actually tucked into the water. Oops! Then he was all wet.
Oops.
You got a nice story about giant moles, and eventually Osius came across a well that could go up into a thing, but that would take a long swim, and it was not a very good idea, so Osius went back. Then, the group kept walking, and went a little bit off path to save some time, and heard a strange sound. And what do you do with strange sounds?
You ignored him.
But
Fireball.
that's not what happened. That's what happened. You fireball it. He's learned those were bats, and the place where you're gonna blow things up is full of bat poop. And yeah, that's a component for fireball. So big explosion, collapse on the ground, and
Big owies.
big owies, almost deaths. Some people did some tricks to stay sort of alive, with one of them being a strange dwarven house for a moment. Wild magic. They eventually decided to follow the compass north, came across the town they already went, then noticed that, they're on alert because we fucking blew up a part of the ceiling further down the Underdark. And that, of course, echoes through the whole place. Emily, don't do that again.
Please.
I don't promise anything, but I'll try.
They keep going north, found a forest in the distance, decided, nope, we're gonna keep going past the wall, we're gonna follow the wall. And Luca's like, but what if we go over the wall? And decide to carve a staircase, slowly but surely. Till eventually he learned, right, ceiling. I'm doing this for nothing.
You forgot a part.
What part did I forget?
You forgot the part where Lucas remembered we had some people who knew fly.
Oh yeah. First we remember people who fly, and then he knows, oh yeah, ceiling. But eventually found another cave system, took some routes, and came across a large city that would be considered a capital. But considering they almost met with fate, yeah, I've already met with fate literally, but you know, this expression doesn't have much staying power when you actually met an incarnation of fate, so decided to take a long rest outside, and yeah, you all took your time to stay behind a hill and rest up, but you got noticed, and Emmeline had to deal with it. In their first watch. And she dealt with it. And learned about the spider's thread. With that said, long rest was eventually completed. And you're now ready to think of a way to get inside the city. So, adventurers. You have an Ellengar to find. What do we do?
Well, the drow this night told us that we need to look like a drow and conceal any weapons that we bring. So, someone could go and polymorph again. I could ask Fluff.
You only have an hour. We need to find a way to extend it.
What did you say?
It would only last an hour then. And trust me, this city is kind of huge to get hints, so you wouldn't get far.
Oh.
The sky itself lasts how long, actually?
Hour?
Also an hour. Jeez. Okay.
Let me just double check that one.
Yeah, less than an hour.
Hour. Unless you have true polymorph.
Oh, we do have a wish. See? We have a wish.
You do have wish.
But the question is, what do you wish for to make it not bite us in the butt?
Yeah. I want to be as drow as possible. Wish granted. Oh, by the way, your line will shift to drow now. Gotta think. Guys gotta think of a way of doing this, because this is actually pretty... Whoa, we lost the Moonraven.
What the hell just happened?
Done with that.
Is he okay? Hey, he's back. Discord decided to crash. Hello? You okay, Moon?
Yeah, this started.
Oh, Discord just restarted.
Rude.
So, yeah, it's very rude. Rude. It's what it is.
God damn it, Discord.
Ah, damn it, Discord. Anyway, you gotta think of a plan to get inside, because that's your next step. You need to find a way to disguise that doesn't last an hour, because you gotta have the scouts, and you don't want to waste those precious spell slots on a disguise that only lasts an hour, because then you have to find the dark alley and recast it, and it's risky, so you gotta think of a plan.
Well, the thing is, I have Mask of Many Faces, and I can disguise self at will without expending a spell slot.
Yeah, but you're still stuck. You can only do that once, and it just doesn't cost you a spell slot. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's the thing. It still only lasts an hour, so that kind of... So I won't be wasting spell slots, but... What am I gonna do? I'm on my own lonesome. I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
Someone can borrow my hobo outfit.
Yeah, you can borrow the hobo outfit and look like a hobo, and you have to have your face covered, because if they notice you're not a drow, you're fucked.
Fun.
Considering it's the capital, that's probably not even that smart of an idea, because they probably don't like hobos very much in there.
It's the drow. You don't. You
They don't
have
like
to
anyone.
imagine. You don't have to imagine how hobos are treated by drow or what their fate would be.
I mean, from the stories I've read about Drow, I don't even think they like their own people in there, so...
Well, we could try to formulate the wish as precisely as possible and just see what happens.
You could try that. You gotta have to think of things like...
Maybe formulate it so that the spell works from the moment we enter the city until the moment we exit the city.
But when they see us approaching and we don't look like Drow, and then we switch, that seems kind of sad.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, that's very well done, but there's literally the consequence of the moment a drow guard sees you step outside and you chase back to normal, you're gonna be fucking attacked. Or if you approach as normal people and you change the drow when you get close, they'll all attack you either way because you're doing something suspicious.
Yeah, we're gonna have to probably then put like a distance from the city that.
I mean, what if we just wish that the disguise self spell lasts for 24 hours?
Then you only have one person to disguise themselves.
Or we can use a magic word that will turn us back, like wonton soup. Just thought of that.
What?
Doesn't exist, but
Why wonton soup in particular? That's really random. You may as well say snickerdoodle.
What?
Snickerdoodle.
Damn it, now I'm hungry.
Oh no, I hate that
what
stuff.
you're talking about.
Really? No, I really hate this. I'm not getting rid of it before I destroy the universe. That's an actual joke. Anyway, you gotta think of... Yeah, as I said, you could expend Erica's wish, but you need to be very specific with it. Or you could be creative with it and make the downside that you're a drow. Just
to go in, right?
Well, you gotta think of what the wish needs to formulate. But so yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. You need to also maybe, if you're gonna sneak in, stealthily, and have your face cloaked and such, you have to find a way to avoid the guards. For example, you can't just go in with mask or hood covering your face. Then the guards will stop you because they have to recognize who you are. You're cloaking your head. It's like in drow language, they say like I got something to hide. They're naturally suspicious and they're naturally backstabbers, so yeah, they need to find a way alternatively to get inside the Drow City.
Wouldn't they recognize any magic spells cast, like Disguise Self?
If they're magically attuned and are looking out for it, yes. But passively, no. But then again,
I mean, we could turn invisible, all of us. Oh no, that also lasts, I think, only. Huh?
it lasts for an hour, and you cannot bump into anyone or have any invisible sentries that would be able to recognize that there's invisible people nearby, and you don't know that. You haven't taken that out yet.
So the second we bump our toes, we'll turn visible again.
More like if you bump into someone, someone will know you're there, and they will have with an advantage be able to discern, see you, and then the spell ends.
That does work.
And again, capital city, so that's the likelihood of someone bumping into an invisible person. Quite high.
Yes, that's not so that's not a good idea.
We could fly and be invisible. Getting creative here. Oh wait, it's the both concentration actually, probably.
What is going on with the keyboard?
You okay?
No, my keyboard is acting up real bad.
Oh
Oof.
crap.
That's both concentration. That doesn't work. What I just said.
It can work, but you need someone else to cast one of the two. And again, what will you do after that?
Because we need to interact with the dude as soon as we're in the city, so we can't stay invisible. That's the thing.
Because if you talk to him invisibly, he might try to perceive you, and then the invisibility might end if he perceives you.
Taylor!
Well, any other great idea? Or are we gonna use the wish?
And
I
it's
think
different.
Lucas's idea was like the best we have. Just make Disguise Self like last 24 hours.
But it would only work for one person who can cast Disguise Self.
But we have
Only
two
one
people who
person
can
can.
cast Disguise Self, right? Like it's myself and Lucas. So
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the wish can affect multiple people. You just say, let Disguise... If you say, all of Disguise Self, that's going to have implications for a lot of things, because then you're being very broad.
Just the party's path
what
of
if
Disguise
we
Self.
just say
then-
that the Disguise Self of myself and Lucas lasts for 24 hours?
Mhm.
They always be specific enough, I think.
That makes sense.
So basically, like, we say, like, so if Lucas and Poppy cast Disguise Self, the spell will last for 24 hours. Unless get cancelled early.
Yeah, I'm doing some calculations in my head. Because
Yeah, I'm just...
essentially, that will be 48 casts of Disguise Self for one wish. So, wish will be level 9, and therefore, for 24, twice 24 hours, 48, that's way more than a wish is worth, technically. Which means the consequences get really high.
Oh boy.
You're literally
Do you
asking...
need 24 hours or 12 enough?
that will be level 12 for level 9.
Mm.
That would be an equivalent of 12 magical, like literally 12 level 1s, which makes a total of level 12, for one level 9 wish, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's gotta be an easier way to do this.
Like, I'm just telling you the risks, like...
Yeah, trying to think of something. Like, is there no way we can reach out to the guy? That maybe he can come outside and meet us or something?
Did we talk to him the way we did before? How did we do that before?
Scrying, I think.
Scrying and, I believe, sending.
We could try that again. I mean, we reached them first time.
Yeah, I think that's probably the safest bet, actually.
Okay, so you know who to scry, you know who to do sending to, so you might... So you know at least you know him, so you can do at least the sending part. You don't have to scry him because you already know how to do sending with him.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, all the addition of Scry would do at that point would just be to let us see him while we're talking to him.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
why?
Yeah, we don't need to see him.
yeah.
Who's doing the sending?
I don't have the spell, so it's not me.
Me neither.
Well, yes, I think this is your forte.
What exactly do we want to ask him?
That.
25 words or less.
We've arrived at the gates of your capital. Please meet us at insert location here.
So the hills out just outside the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Expend it.
I'm alone, we'll make the trade.
Hmm. Need to read this for a moment.
Oh, it's just sending.
Yeah, I know it's sending, but okay, no, I just need to double check one thing. They're on a different plane. They're not on a different plane. I'm sending to him. Okay, do something real quick. Okay. It takes a moment, and you get a small response. Duly noted. However, if I leave the city, that may cause a complication. Seems like he just woken up.
He just woke up. Also, I can't leave the city.
Oh, too bad.
So, shall we
Oh.
just go back?
Go back to where? Like,
I don't know, home?
We do need the ritual. I mean, we need a way to destroy the Elder Brain and use the altar against them. So how about 12 hours? Would that work?
we already asked that, and it's
That would also be level 9, or what?
yeah, 12 times level 9.
Yeah, no, we 12 times level 9.
Oh. Ouchie. The pure, what is it called? Pure polymorph? Couldn't we wish for that?
You can, because that's same level. But only for one person.
I mean, one person should be enough, right? We just give him the dog potion, get the ritual, and we're out of there.
Double check through polymorph for a bit, just for a bit. Why do you... Duration for what? Okay. It's an action, 2 things. Yeah, okay. So true polymorph works for an hour, but as long as you keep the concentration on the spell for the full duration. After that, it is until the spell is dispelled. So for the first hour, whoever you're gonna true polymorph needs to stay in 30 feet within the caster. And after that much time, they're true polymorph at that point. Until the spell is dispelled.
Okay, so basically what that means is they have to stay here at the campsite for 1 hour, and then they're basically polymorphed for however long it takes for the polymorph spell to end. To be dispelled, I mean.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's...
Which one of us is going drow then?
Lucas, glad you volunteered.
You see the fairy slowly raising her head, but Erica pushing it down like, no, not you. You know that. Not you, dear. Not you.
Balls.
I don't think I'm diplomatic enough to do this. Might cast a fireball in the meantime, so.
Yeah, that's your way of being diplomatic. Just fireball.
Exactly. So probably not the right person for this.
No, I don't think so.
Fine.
I know I'll just get lost.
If you would.
I hate that I'm being pushed into this by logic. Fine.
Okay, and then Erica goes, if you're certain. But then again, the only one who seems to be capable is you or me. And let us be honest. As much as I would go, you have more people skills than me. To say that Erica, like, yeah, she's been kind of sealed for like thousands of years, so her people skills are kind of bad. Despite having very good stats for it, but hey. Anyway, we're expanding Erica's wish for true polymorph.
Yeah, that's the best plan we've got.
So that's a
Yeah.
So that is an equal exchange. So there's no risk dice or anything to it. Fun if it's a little bit mechanics and you want to avoid the risk. But if you do want to risk it, you can always risk it. So last chance. Do you want to try and get more out of it, or is this the full plan? After this, it will take 24 hours before she gets. Will take at least another 2 midnight till she can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone? Objections? Words? Thoughts?
Nothing.
Confirm?
Now let's just go.
Okay. Erica's expending her wish spell. And any type of form of draw you want to take? Lucas?
A male one?
So
That's
just
a smart idea.
if he's sure.
Look, I'm already going to have to navigate having lost my good looks. I don't really want to add the complications of boobs into the procedure as well.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. And poof! Lucas is no more. Now stands an unknown drow before you. Long white silvery hair, darkest skin, glowing red eyes.
Wait, who's that? Let's attack them.
Fireball! No, just kidding.
Ozzy!
I swear to God, none of my character sheet is going to be like it started out at this bloody rate, is it?
Nope.
Okay, so you wait an hour.
Yeah.
It's kicking up sand, trying to practice your drowiness, trying to master your suspicious look.
Maybe also try a holier than thou walk cycle.
So
Mom
you
says that that's how they walk.
What am I, a runway model?
You are now.
now.
I
Jesus.
glare at you with my red eyes.
Oh look, he's very in character right now.
Oh, I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Anyway, after an hour passes, the spell is completed, and you're technically Lucas the Drow. Lucas the Drow. Well, you might have to change your name for a moment, but you're basically Lucas the Drow right now until the spell's undone.
If it's undone.
Ever.
Okay. Lucas, do you going to enter the city now?
Yes.
Good luck.
Have fun. Did
Love
you take the
you.
luck potion?
Hey, do you give it a love potion? Do you give him a love potion?
I thought that was in the bag of holding.
Yeah, just wanted to check if you have it with you.
He's double checking.
I'm not
Well,
going
that's
to
smart to
walk into the city without the item we're trading.
Okay, you approach the city. You approach from the
Yes.
south side, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a solo session, awkwardly enough.
Unless someone shows up and confronts us while he's in the city.
That is a good point. We'll see. Lucas,
Yes.
you slowly approach from the south side. Yes, I've got some new music for you guys. The south over here. You see the map, right?
We'll do in the move tab, damn you. There we go. Yes.
Okay, you're on the south side. There are several little buildings outside, mostly some sort of slums area. In front of you is a gate guarded by 8 guards in total. That's a lot of
Jesus.
guards at the south gate. Probably mostly to keep an eye on the people in this rundown area. They don't sneak in or try anything.
Hmm.
They are
Nothing with them trying to be
adorned.
funny.
They're adorned in black robes not black robes, but a black cloth that covers them completely. Giant silver shoulder pads that have the shape of a spider on their shoulders, with their legs sticking out the sides that hold the cloth in place, and wearing a silver helmet that points with 2 points pointing upwards, like the ears and a visor. And they're all holding silver spears. I really like the silver. These are the guards.
Probably complements the black very well.
Okay. In the slums area, there are several small families or people out there just minding their own stuff, doing things, eating, drinking, cooking. It seems like a typical slums area. What do you do?
Guess I'm going to approach the guards and attempt to get in the standard way.
You walk through the slums and head towards the headway. Could you roll me a perception check? 17.
17.
As you move towards the gate, you notice some of the children getting a little bit closer to you. You see, you're going for some slums. You first was like, just kids being curious. But then you notice that one of them, of course, is trying to pickpocket you. And you're like, the actual slums experience. I expected this. I'm guessing you just turn away so it doesn't happen.
Yep. I've seen that
See-
trick before. I just
you
turn
see
so he
for-
can't get this into my pockets.
You see one of them reaching your hand while the other one is trying to cut you off and scare you. You turn away, you turn your bag away, and of course, look at the child trying to steal from you. Do you just give them a little bit of a glare?
Yep, just like, don't do that.
Okay.
Kind of glad.
The children back off because they now know that they're not an easy target. And you keep heading down the slums towards the gate. Naturally, the gate itself is large with two large metal doors. They're currently closed, and the guards, of course, cross the spears when you get close. State your business. What do you say, Lucas?
Yeah, my brain is not with it today.
Stealth mission.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a solo session, sorry.
No, nobody expected it. It was already going to be a hard one.
I'm here to trade.
Trade what? Guard really has a cold, monotone voice.
Believe that would be my business.
There are many types of business. For example, the children's business there is to take anything they find to themselves, even if it's attached to someone. But that kind of business we cannot have. So if you would please tell us, what do you trade?
Alright, I'm going to reach into my bag of holding and pull out one of the pieces of meteorite.
Okay, you pull a piece of the meteorite out, and you show it off. What do you want? Why are you showing it off?
I'm just going to hold it up and say, "Oh,
You're not showing the meteorite ore. Okay. Could you roll me a persuasion check? I know you're trying to deceive them, but this is more trying to persuade them that this is something you're actually can trade.
that sucks. My persuasion is a +1." 12.
From behind the visors, you can tell the guards are looking inquisitively at this rock, trying to gauge its value, trying to see how your words seem to make sense, despite it only being a few. They nod. And then they look at you. And then one of them speaks. Seems to be some sort of unknown ore. Fine, we believe you on that. The ore is valuable. Has anyone in the city orders for this, or are you simply here to peddle wares on the market?
I'm here to get this identified and see what it's worth.
Now you need to roll a deception check.
And if it's not worth what I paid for it, somebody's getting beaten.
Okay.
Oh, bollocks.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Fine, I lied. Nobody's getting beaten.
Oh.
Get me.
Thank God there are no crit fails on skill checks, right?
Yeah, but you find me a group that doesn't play with them. Damn it.
Fine.
Okay. All the guards turn towards you and look at the ore and then look at you. The spear slowly but surely turning towards you. What kind of merchant comes to a city where they don't know their value? They seem to be very suspicious of you when the spears turn towards you. Seems any false move might trigger them to try and attack you. What do you do?
I'm assuming I'm still dressed in my fine clothes.
Yeah, you still look like the same as you always did, as you did before.
So I'm just going to shoot them a look of absolute offended disdain. I don't recall saying I was a merchant. Do I look like I go scrubbing around in rocks?
I trying to intimidate them or convince them?
Convince them. I'd say probably convince them that there's... there we go.
That's another deception check then.
Yeah. So wait, how dare do I look like the kind of person to get my hands dirty? $23.
The guards look you over. Spear still drawn. So you do not claim that you've come as a merchant. Simply a business with the rock. And want to have it identified. Seems a very bold lie. The guards look at each other for a moment, then back to you. You're not a merchant. Tell me where you found this rock. They're asking you where you found the rock. Are you going to answer that?
I was told it came from the surface.
Since that's the truth, you don't have to deception check that, but you do need to roll one persuasion check. Because you're trying to persuade them that it came from the surface. Not trying to deceive them, trying to tell them, hey, this came from the surface, and your words are true.
17.
A rock from the surface. Peculiar. The guards are still a bit on edge. but their spears are standing straight. They look you up and down, then look at the rock, then look you straight in the face. So let me get this straight. You obtained this rock as penny from the surface, and you wanted to get it appraised within the capital to see its worth. Correct?
Yes.
You're hoping to inquire an expert on this?
Do you have one in the city?
Two of the guards get close to the one who's speaking to you, and they start debating things among them. That is that they just keep talking. Can you roll me perception for me, please?
Would we try to break Lucas out of jail?
17 again.
17. You tried to listen into their conversation, and they're a bit was debating on. You can pretty much from the words you can gather. They clearly are debating amongst each other to discuss if they should arrest you or let you go past, because there's just something not adding up to the things. You notice a little silver glint on the coming from under the helmet. You know everybody helmet has a cut off. You see a little silver glint going in the back from the guard heading towards a spot behind the guard. You don't know what it is, but you do know that there's some sort of string there. Would you like to investigate that real quick?
Sure.
Roll me investigation.
I think I already have an idea what it is, but...
Yeah. It's like I have plans for that.
I hope it's not what I think it is. 19.
Nice. That's good. That is good. You follow the line towards the wall, where the line just stops in midair. With that 19, you look closely and you notice someone is standing there, invisible in some sort of magical sense. And from what you can tell, this invisible person is also observing things, and you're unsure where the string is heading on the person, an invisible person, because you can't make out exactly who or what they are. But you do know that the string that goes from the guard to the invisible person is connected, and that they are connected in some sort of way. Then you notice a little vibration on on that little line. And the guard says, "Enough. We will let him pass. Everyone has secrets here. And besides, that rock, there's no magic coming from it. It is essentially an unknown rock with no magical properties. Whatever his business may be, it is his business. And if we just arrest him right now, it would cause major annoyances for several nobility if we are guessing incorrectly. Have you forgotten when we accidentally arrested a messenger from one of the other houses from the other cities?" And one of the guards looks like, "But he tried to run past us." And he goes like, "And that was an urgent matter. If they have punished us before, especially you. Does the whip sound like a nice punishment again? So let's let him pass. Okay? The guards all nod. The first guard pulls out a little bell, rings it, and then the large doors open. Click. You have been permitted entry.
Finally, man, I walk through the gates.
You enter the gates. The gates slowly close behind you, and you're entering this large city. To your right, as your token is a clearly a jailhouse meant to put people in jail that try to break in or, cause problems in the slums. There are several arms sticking out of the bars, trying to, reach out for anything, for tools or such. There's guards outside looking at them, and basic roguish instinct means don't go near that place. You don't even think about entertaining them for a gag, because the guards will attack you and will throw you in jail as well. So don't try to be nice. And otherwise, there's
my skills aren't that rusty.
just cities upon ways upon cities and such. What do you do? And I need a plan. Now you're inside the city. What do you do?
Yeah, see, here's the first problem. We didn't actually plan for this part. We just thought about getting it in.
Maybe I should have given you directions or something. I don't know.
Do you still have the compass?
I hardly think that would have made things any better.
Right, who had the compass?
Who had it?
I think Lucas had it.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Lucas,
okay.
yeah, if
Lucas
Lucas still has the compass, then he should be able to find him.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out the compass.
If
and
only
go-
he would remember.
Okay, Lucas, do you pull out the compass?
Yep.
Okay. The compass seemed to be pointing into a a little bit northeastern direction. Wait, no, northwestern direction. My bad. I had to double check. Into a little bit of a northwestern direction. Of course, the way you're walking means you're gonna follow the street a bit, but the way it's pointing, it seems to be pointing inside some buildings ahead of you. So, yeah. What do you do?
I'm just going to sort of surreptitiously follow the compass without going into strangers' houses. Just essentially walk the streets, trying not to draw attention to myself, and just narrowing down where he is.
So you're gonna walk while holding a compass out and doing this. Correct?
I'm not going to constantly look at it. I'm just going to keep walking and then check it maybe every 5 minutes. To slowly narrow down where I'm supposed to be going to that way.
You walk down the streets. Slowly. You first check the compass looking northwest, and you're like, gonna follow the main street. As you walk down the street, you see several drow of different sizes. And, none of this, but classes. You see people in rags. You see people looking decently dressed. You see a few people more fancily dressed and approaching some of the poorer people and giving them orders. And you get the sense of there's a heavy classes in this city. Maybe because class is the only thing this race of deceit can cling on to as superiority over each other. Blech. Superiority. Not a hard word.
Ah, well, that's why you walk around and look like you own the place.
You try to big no mind to yourself. Okay. So, go down the first street. There's a large crossway. I'm guessing when you got there, you checked the compass.
Yep.
Still north-northwest, which means it still follows the main street.
Okay.
So you decide to not go down the thing. You walk. You come across a large open area, some sort of square with a few buildings. You look at the buildings. One looks like a pub. The other one looks like a brewery, and the other buildings look like small shops. This is like a small shopping area of some sorts. Is there anything you would like to observe there, or do you keep walking?
No, I don't think I've got any drow money at the moment, so I'll keep walking.
You keep going, keep walking, you keep going north. I'm guessing you're gonna keep walking until you hit the square over here.
Yep.
Eventually, you come across a large open square. A large building is spotted in the square, which appears to be another kind of jailhouse. In the middle, very morbid, gallows with corpses hanging from them and people just walking past them like it's normal. Makes you wonder how sadistic these people can be with just people hanging from the gallows in broad daylight. Maybe to scare, maybe to set as an example. We do not know. There's a few market stands on it. And it's very busy. Several guards are around, especially around the gallows areas, as they do not allow anyone near, well, the people hanging there. Or maybe they are keeping an eye on the people hanging there that they don't spontaneously become alive, or maybe faking their deaths. You're not sure. Do you check the compass?
Yep.
It's a little bit north of you. Seems to be in a northern area somewhere. Still early in the morning. But still morning, so. Do you decide to go across the square?
Sure.
You decide to traverse the square. Of course. You keep walking, and eventually someone bumps into you, knocking you over. As you fall to the ground, like, oof. The first thing you do in your rogue is you stick to check if your stuff wasn't stolen in the bump, that it wasn't an intensity bump. As far as you can tell, everything is still on you at first glance. Would you like to look at your would-be person who bumped into you?
I'll fix them with a suitably drowish glare.
You glare up at a woman of large stature, and she's covered in large armor and has she does have short hair. Short combed over hair, and she gives you a glare back with a single eye, as the other eye seems to be scratched out. And she looks at you. Watch your step, pipsqueak. How do you respond to that?
I'll watch it for both of us, and I'll get to my feet.
So that's your response. Watch for both of us.
And I,
Yes.
remembering that drows are supposed to be a matriarchy, I will, of course, act like the whole thing was entirely my fault.
Okay. Good to know you. It's good to see you know your place. He steps past you. Is there anything you wish to do or such?
I'm gonna carry on with the plan.
Keep heading north.
Mhm.
You pick one of the side streets. You ignore all the shops and things. Okay. And eventually you find yourself in some side streets. So you come across a T section. You pull out the compass and it points north-northeast.
Okay.
So do you go left or you go right?
Right.
Go right. Of course, with the compass, you automatically go left. You keep walking down the pathway. Can you roll me a perception check real quick?
$15.
You keep walking, and eventually you notice the houses surrounding you become more fancy in stature, more expensive looking, better finer details, more vibrant colors, less wood, more stone. Well, actually the other way around. Less stone, more wood. Underdark. Reverse. Looks more fancy and such. So you get the feeling that you're entering more an area of nobility.
Oh, seems to be heading in the right direction at least.
So you keep heading where the compass tells you. When you get to the section, something real quick. Okay, that's another save for you. Northeast, east. No, northeast. Going, walking around the path. Time passes, and you realize this city is very big, but also very tightly built. There's no real grand roads or anything, or well, carriages could pass these roads, but it's also built on top of each other. You keep going, and eventually come across a large open section. Do you check the compass?
Yep.
West.
Okay, I'll start heading westward.
Yep. Go down this pathway.
Is anyone following me?
Perception.
Thing is, I haven't actually checked.
$35. As you head westward, you decide to look over your shoulder. There's many people passing you, and you're like, no one looks like they're following me. So he does look your gaze more towards the roofs. And you do see someone on the roof resembling what you would think of as a person who would wearing a mask and a cloak and hood on. And from your roguish instinct, you can basically tell this is someone who is indeed sneaking around. And as you go down the path, down the street, you turn again, and yes, this person is following your location. You are being followed from the rooftops.
Hmm. Are there many people around in the area around me at the moment?
I would say there's around 4 people around you, and most of them seem like of high noble stature. Except one, which seems of low stature, but it's because they're cleaning the shoes of one of the nobles outside their homes. You wouldn't say that they're close to you, but they are within earshot.
Okay, this might not go according to plan, but I want to see if I can find like a fairly empty alleyway to go down, so that I can essentially turn the corner before my stalker gets me back in view again, and minor illusion.
With a 25, you can see in the distance a small alleyway that is very narrow and pretty dimly lit, where the lanterns of the city does not hit.
Okay.
Do you head in there, despite what the compass will say?
Get the compass for them. I'm going to forget the compass direction for a minute. I just want to head that way.
Over here.
Essentially dart out of sight and minor illusion, so it looks like I've disappeared.
Okay, so you're going to go
Just
into the
to see what
shadows
the
of you enter the alleyway and disappear into the shadows. What is your minor illusion exactly?
I'll just... Damn, I'm thinking of something more invisible than illusion at this point, aren't I?
Something to be hide behind, maybe?
I know, a chair.
Ooh, maybe it should be whispering.
Yeah.
I know usual go-to then, like a barrel or a sack or something along those lines.
I need to know what exactly. You can't just say barrel or a sack of something. I need to be knowing something specific.
Yeah, let's go for a barrel then.
Okay. Your minor illusion. You crouch down and cast minor illusion to hide yourself as a barrel. Okay.
I just want to see if this stalker person like comes past and if I can throw them off.
Wow. You notice the person, you do notice from your illusionary point that this person is following you and jumping across streets very nimbly and easily. But you can tell from your arcane knowledge, they might have some sort of jump spell active to make these jumps. They jump and they notice you going into the alleyway, into the dark. And they jump in the buildings above you, and peer down into the darkness. They look around. And they move along. Going down the alleyway and then look further and then look around at the crossroad. Looking around. And then jumping towards the other side of the buildings and looking around there. And then they dash off for a moment. Out of view. What do you do? Lucas?
I'll give it a minute and see if they come back before I move.
They do eventually come back, but they head into a different direction. And you seem to have lost them. Can you roll me one more perception check? To double check if you don't notice them, if you don't notice anyone else.
Okay. Dirty 20.
You look around for a bit, and you don't see any other person on the rooftops. The only living thing you can see in this alleyway is a large spider right above you.
I resist the urge to firebolt the thing. And start heading back out of the alley.
You uncloak? So you mean you unbarrel, I would say? And you
Yes,
start
I
heading
unbarrel.
back and go out of the alleyway. And as you head out of the alleyway, you suddenly feel something crawling on your back.
God.
I don't exactly have remove spider as a spell. Not unless you count burning hands. And I don't want to set my own self on fire. I've had enough being on fire for one day.
No? What do you do?
I use Mage Hand to try and whack the thing off.
Okay, good idea. It's then you realize that the crawling mass of your back becomes heavier and bigger. And before you know it, you feel yourself being slammed onto the ground by a person. Hi.
Well played. Get off.
If only someone shared the information about a spider gang.
You just... I should say that the person actually gets off you. For some reason, you're feeling like you've been toyed with for a moment.
Neat trick. I'm going to have to learn that one.
Standing in front of you is a TE person wearing a large cloak, hood, and mask. From what you can't discern anything about them, but they're probably drow, considering you have seen the other person on the rooftops. It's like, you can only get an answer, but it's in a distorted voice. Can I put a nice voice mod on for this? Ah, crap, it'll do. I don't have... it doesn't work. No, it doesn't. It doesn't want to work that well for me. And that was a neat trick with the barrel. Now, what are you doing with that device of yours? You can infer
Searching
that
for
from passive insight they mean the compass.
want to look something up and it doesn't want to bloody give you what you're asking for.
Oh, what are you looking up?
Thieves camp.
T-scan?
Okay, so use the symbols being a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna wing this, but I'm gonna go off a small hunch, given the person that's been following me, and I'm just gonna draw in using Thieves' Cant the symbol for ally.
Ah, okay. They look at the symbol and they look back at you. And what's that supposed to mean? It can't be T-scan.
Never mind, operating off a misassumption, apparently. I'm just gonna scrub the symbol out. Uh, the artifact is essentially leading me to the client that I'm here to do trade with.
So, your business is with a client within the city. Isn't it Ellengar looking for? The fact that they know the name of your client, it already entails they know more than they show.
You're well informed.
We are indeed. So, you gonna be honest with me?
Well, you're not trying to stick knives in me, and you've certainly had the opportunity.
Knives? How crude. That would be some of my associates' specialty. Mine, on the other hand, are more delicately woven. Nothing to say?
I don't think that quickly on the spot.
You're a rogue. You're supposed to think quickly at the spot. You might not have charisma, but you always have wit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have an intelligence of 20 IRL either. Bear with me. I'll be honest, some days I don't think I've got an IQ of 20, but we'll work on that. What do you want to know?
Your group, you have some sort of ways to deceive, special powers. Yet you deal with a low nobility as Ellengar. What is going on here? outsiders like you using that kind of abilities. I can't even detect any types of strong magics that are keeping you in your form. Polymorph doesn't leave a trace like that. But that's so. What's going on here? There's clearly more going on in that your group shows than just a little deal with a lowly noble.
He is in possession of something we seek. We're in possession of something he wants. I literally just want to make a trade, and then I won't put the city to my back and not return.
Right. So you're going to keep it close to your heart, huh? The information I wish to know. No details, just fake statements.
Nothing fake about anything I've just said.
Then tell me, what is it? What is the deal exactly? Enlighten me. Others might think you have nothing. You're not special. Nothing will happen. It's just a simple deal. But even I know that this kind of magical performance shows more alertness than most. You wouldn't hide in a alleyway if you're being followed by us. No. You need to make sure nobody else would notice. Then again, you are an outsider. And looks around. By the way, the moment you look around, you notice that the streets are vaguely empty. Can you roll me a perception check?
I love him.
You look around, you don't see anything, which is odd, but nothing really seems to be odd otherwise. It's like, And this person in front of you just seems, well, shorter than you, but, again, you don't notice much about them. It's just, you do have a sensation that something seems out of place, but you can't tell what it is. They're gonna enlighten them on the information or something.
Seeing as I'm pretty sure you're not exactly giving me a choice in the matter, if I wish to keep breathing, I'm after acquiring a ritual that will help me take care of a certain illithid issue. One which threatens not just the Underdark, but that beyond.
Persuasion check.
God damn it, I'm more believable when I'm lying my ass off. I wonder why. Nobody trusts me when I'm telling the truth, it's weird.
15.
Okay.
From under the cloak, you see a hand pop out and make a flicking motion towards you. You don't feel anything, but they clearly done something. And then they speak up. A ritual to disrupt the illithid or even end them. Correct?
Correct.
Fingers do this motion. Can you roll me a strength check?
Strength check. Oh,
Strength
God.
check.
Just clarifying, that was strength, yes?
Strength.
God damn it.
You feel a tug on your chest as you're pulled forward and you fall down to your knees, kneeling in front of this person. Now you're instead of looking down, you're looking up at this person.
Hmm.
And what makes you think this Elengar would just have access to this ritual? Well, you gotta answer.
Because if he doesn't, you, I, and everyone else around here are likely dead.
And what makes you think the Illithid are a threat to us? Why should we even comply to to this little fantasy of yours, saying that we would give you a ritual to destroy the Illithids? Why did we use it ourselves? Come on. Clearly, you know more.
I know they're re-establishing an elder brain.
Again, flick off the fingers, and this time you feel like something's bounding around your chest. You're saying they will make a new elder brain. You feel a squeezing motion around your chest as the fingers do like this. They're looking at your reaction. What do you do? How do you react? It's clear they're interrogating you at this point. You're not choking. You just feel a tightening motion on your chest.
Did you not hear me speak the truth the first time, or would you like me to repeat it?
They make a series of motions with the fingers, and you don't feel bound anymore. Rush to leave, and your life is threatened. Fine, make your deal. But I promise you that the ritual you search for, well, perhaps it will find a way to you. But next time, just let things flow naturally. How do you respond?
Silence.
The person turns their back towards you and walks back into the shadows of the alleyway.
I think I'm going to head for the other end of the alleyway. In that case.
You are at the outside of the alleyway. They just confront you outside the alleyway.
I'm going in the opposite direction to that guy.
But there is no opposite direction. That's a building. There's only going north or south at this point.
Fine, I resume following the compass then.
Compass is pointing south.
South it is.
You head on down south. Compass an intersection. Do you check the compass again? Because you might be close.
Yep.
Still south. And then you come to an intersection you've already been, and last time I pointed west. What do you think? What do you do?
I'll check that it's still pointing west.
It's now pointing west.
West it is.
But you just came from the west technically, well northwest, but it's now only southwest. It's an annoying intersection, I know.
Okay, southwest.
You head southwest, come across another intersection. Checking the compass.
Yeah.
North.
Okay, that's essentially taken me all around a block of buildings, so presumably he's inside one of them.
Uh-huh. So what's the plan?
Is it possible to use the compass and the position to narrow down which one he's in?
Yes.
Okay.
The building right next to you right now, on the north side.
Okay.
So he's inside the building over here. It is you would say it is not a mansion per se, because mansions mostly have large gardens and such around, but it is definitely a large home within the city itself. What do you do?
I can't get in contact with the others. I can't get in contact with this guy. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I know his name, which hopefully means I'm familiar enough. If I know he's in there, can I use message to contact him?
How much range is message? Could be that.
You point 120 feet on the message.
Okay. Okay. So you could travel. Okay. Cast message to Elengar. What do you say?
Elingar, this is Raz. Are you able to make the trade?
Who's Raz?
No, remember when we contacted him with sending a scrying originally, we said the name was Raz.
Oh yeah, you use Raz as your pseudonym. That was it.
Yeah. Can't think where I got that pseudonym from.
Within 5 minutes, the front door opens.
Well, that was quick.
Took 5 minutes for him to open the door.
Mhm.
You go in.
Yep.
Okay. You enter this abode. You step in where it's, and you walk down a small hallway with a staircase in front of you. You look around. You see 2 doorways, left and right, and you see Elengar sitting in a large chair in a living room next to a couch. In front of him is a table with what looks like some sort of with some plates that look like they had a quite hearty meal. Do you close the front door?
Yep.
You close the front door. You head inside the living room. I'm just
Yep.
getting. Look around and see a nice fireplace, a wall full of books, a family portrait of a drow woman, three smaller males, and three drow children.
Hmm.
You see Elengar looking at you. Raz, that is your name. So, how do I know you're not what kind of outsider you are? What is your proof? Got any proof that you're from the outside, outside that you claim to be?
Um. Actually, yeah. I go into my bag of holding and I pull out the gold coin.
You show it to him.
Yep.
He looks at the gold coin, turns it around a few times. Different markings. Fine. Passes back to you. You say, clearly you have things from the above world, so I'm inclined to believe you. The good thing that...
Oh,
Oh.
I'll wait the moon's back for a
Yep.
moment. What the fuck? You saying anything?
Well, if you can trust that I'm an outsider, that will certainly help things go a little bit more smoothly.
Okay, so I'm guessing Moon is currently stuck in limbo. We'll just continue for a bit. So what do you think? All right.
Cat.
Moment. I need to move. Do you have the goods? It's a good thing my mother isn't in and everyone else has gone out. It's also why I'm not permitted to leave the city. Someone needs to keep an eye on the household. If I would leave the city, it would be noted, and I would be seen as someone who abandons the housely duties.
A fair point, and one I should have taken into consideration.
It's also why we had the midnight meal, so I could safely go outside the home if need be. Either way, do you have goods?
If you have what I require, then I have what you need to make the trade.
Yes, the ritual. I do not have the ritual itself. First off, I am not a shaman of some sort, nor am I the matriarch of the family. That kind of knowledge is considered forbidden to me. The potion can be used to give me that access, and to advance my own plans. God, Moonraven is fully disconnected.
And how will this ensure that I get my half of the bargain?
Simple, my friend. The potion is meant for someone. Someone I wish to marry for my family to gain influence. And I would safe to say that someone who would be considered a future shaman would be knowing about such rituals, no? Passive
One
insight,
would
you can
hope.
tell that he wasn't going to double cross you. He wasn't going to lie, but he doesn't have access to the ritual, and just use the would know that if he has something, but he's really betting on that the love potion will also get him the part of the deal that he needs. Clearly, a young fool to a degree.
Very much so.
I'm enough of a judge of character that I can tell you have no deceptive intentions at present. I am, however, operating on somewhat of timetable. How quickly can you acquire this ritual?
From what I've been told, there are just rumors about it. One time, long ago, our people had to deal with these illithid before. And naturally, with our faith, we've created a way to counteract that little problem of an elder brain. Alas, the ritual could never be fully cast, as it would require us to get close to the Elder Brain. And considering during war times getting close to a stronghold where a leader is positioned to simply cast a ritual, which would take time to do so, would be very difficult, even done stealthily. Because the moment one would enter that Elder Brain chamber, their presence would be known. And, well, you will have to send an army to hold off an Elder Brain. But in theory, the ritual would work. We simply developed it in hopes of one day temporarily overwhelm our opponents. Perhaps we find another spell to disorientate an Elder Brain, and then cast the ritual to show our dominance within the Underdark. As the story goes, it was never needed. Let alone the ritual was considered a mighty political asset, so to speak, back in the day. And when something becomes politically strong, it gets divided or hidden. And thus it becomes myth. If the ritual truly exists, well, then the shamans would know, as it would be their specialty. Or someone in the upper echelons would know. My family does not have such ties, I'm afraid. And thus, I need to advance my plan with that potion so I can get what we both want. My family gets influence and power and access to the knowledge you seek.
And once you have successfully wooed this lady with a little assistance, how quickly can you acquire this ritual?
If it's forbidden arts, that might take a while, but if my target does get wooed, it could take less than a week, maybe even a few days.
I see. Right, then you leave me no choice. I'm going to have to assist you in this endeavor.
Oh, you want to put more hands onto it to advance this plan, huh? That's good reference. That means okay.
The lady you're interested in does know where this ritual is. It might be that perhaps you can draw the attention away, and I will work on acquiring it myself.
So you wish to pilfer a place with knowledge, while I cause a distraction. The ritual will not help my family a lot, I believe. More like the person I'm trying to, well, get infatuated with me is more important to me. But that is also not a bad idea, so to speak. Perhaps the ritual does hold very strong political power. Perhaps Honor will be able to learn the ritual and gain some sort of knowledge. Or maybe even influence out of that too. I'm not sure. As I said, I only did my research, and these are the only words I found. The ritual might just be a myth, bluff once made by us. We all know how much we love our bluffs. And I also passing said he's not lying. He's literally telling the truth. He's not sure if the ritual actually exists or it's just a myth, or if it's real, a myth, or even a bluff they once made. So that
If it does exist, I only need to see it.
Exactly. Do you understand how hard it is to keep my end of the deal if I can't even confirm such a thing myself? I do not have access to these knowledges. That is why I need to have a strong matriarch working with me. And my mother, bless her heart, is a powerful matriarch. I need someone of higher stature. And the future shaman that I wish to woo is what we both need.
In that case, I think this will help both of us. And I reach into the bag of holding, and I remove the love potion.
You hold the love potion, you hold it out towards him? Or just show it off to him?
I'll just put it on the table between us.
He looks at it, he looks back at you. Is this the infamous love potion you've...
Yep.
He interrupted? Yep. Okay. Do you have any specific on how it works?
I believe if the traditional methods hold true, I believe your intended needs to drink it.
Fascinating. I'm not sure how you acquired such a thing. What's its origin? If I may be curious to ask. Considering who brewed it, you know the answer.
I acquired it from a gin.
Hey. But if you can say gin, but essentially your fairy friend brewed it. But okay.
So, fine. It's a Fey origin.
Main origin. Yes, the playful fairies who like messing with things. Bound to nature, yet very influential, and they love playing with emotions. I think that will do nicely, yes. He doesn't even touch the bottle or try to pick it up. He just looks at it and then looks at it. Now he turns his head back to you, strokes his chin. Alright, Raz. I shall inform you of my targets. Her name is Drada Niraf. She would be a future shaman, but she's now a high priestess in training due to her purity. She's the youngest of her family, but who are known to be shamans of their own. The problem, however, with why I need this potion is because of her future position. She's going to be a high priestess within the order. And with that means she has to remain pure to a degree. And she may only choose one male. Unlike most other matriarchs who can choose as much males as they want, she's only permitted one. And thus, many, many houses wish to offer their children as one of the potential candidates, single candidates. And as much as I would love to play the game of chasing love and such, we all know how my people work. There's gonna be tricks, deceits, lies. Most importantly, hey, Backmoon? You okay? Hello?
I think he's still loading back in.
Still loading back in.
Hmm.
Then I'll continue for a bit. And most importantly, oh, just PC problems. Okay. And most importantly, even if I play the game fair, me as a lower noble will most likely end up with a dagger in my back. Thus, I need to move quick if I wish to succeed. And, well, the love potion does speed things up significantly. If I would use this potion, not only will she fall madly in love, but I hope to get a wedding out as soon as possible. As at that point, if she's married, it doesn't matter if someone would stab me in the back anymore. She's only made it one marriage. At that point, killing me would just be a petty thing, and my family would already be raised in honor. Sure, I might die. But once the marriage is completed, I've already done my family's duty. She cannot remarry. Nobody else would gain anything out of it. And most likely, if I would get killed under her marriage, the culprit might be hunted down and punished very severely, including their family. So it would be pure pettiness, but I would have my revenge by default. You can see him smirking with that. So this is my plan. There are gonna be problems. There's someone I need you to distract while I administer the potion. Can you do this?
Here's my target.
His name is Forn Misrim. He's an older gentleman. And he is known to, how would I say this? Not play fair when it comes to noble pursuits. Well, he won't marry her per se. He would definitely have his dear old nephew take the hand of Drada. For a man, he controls a lot. But to be fair, when the matriarch of the House Misrim perished a few years ago, he's the only current heir. He only has sons. All of them have been married to other houses. So, for the time being, until his passing, the title of House Misrim is his alone. Something with the last will of the matriarch of the Misrim household. Either way, I need you to get his gaze away from me. I don't care how you do it. Make sure that Von Misrim has no idea of our little plan. Or if he even dares to look my direction, simply distract him. Cause something to make him turn his head away from me to other problems. Do that.
I'm fairly sure I can do that.
Good. Good. He pulls out a piece of paper from a desk behind him and starts writing on it. There you go. On it is the name for Mistrim and where he lives and any other family members that are on it. So your nieces and nephews, the sons and who they're married to and everything. So you basically have the information you need about him.
Okay.
Now, if you need some help, or maybe need to hire some people to assist you, there's always the Maggot's Bucket. You fetch a nice pair of hands for a decent amount. They are willing to get their hands pretty dirty.
Okay.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of at the time being.
Excellent. Excellent. I'd see this is going to be an amazing partnership.
Certainly looks that way.
Alright then. I shall let you be on your way. You know where to find me. I shall prepare within my home. The High Priestess should be approachable for me in the afternoon at earliest convenience. I hope by then you will have some sort of distraction ready to keep the Misrim gaze away from me. It is at the large temple near the plaza. So the large building over here, this is the large temple. It's more like a palace, but it's considered a temple. Alright then. I shall let you be. Do you leave?
Yep.
Okay. You head outside and you close the door behind you and yeah, you're left by yourself. What do? You can't contact your people and the only one who can contact you is technically Oz because he is sending. But do you have any way of contacting anyone or maybe try to leave the city?
Nope.
You need a plan because you could try to find the Magus buckets and see if you can find any help there, or you could regroup with your party and explain what the plan is.
Except that then requires me to get out of the city, go find them, and then get back into the city.
Mm-hmm. Oh, going out is probably not that hard. You probably have to tell the guards, like, look, I've done some things and I need to do something real quick and I'll be back in a few hours. You could say that. Like, you can lie. You can basically explain. You know that getting out of the city is probably not as hard considering you already got passageway. Just getting the second passageway back in might prove a little bit difficult, but you've already gotten in before.
Yeah, fine. Let's go and find the others.
You're gonna leave the city?
Sure.
It takes you a good 40 minutes to navigate back outside the city. Because while you had the compass before, or you have key minds, probably in the 20 minutes, or you recognize the point and you get to the gate. I'll just say nothing of note will happen to you right now, just to speed things up. And you come to the gate. Of course, you get stopped by some of the guards. The guards look at you, and it's just like, "Why are you leaving?" Of course, you get stopped at the gate. Say, "Ask why you're leaving. Why are you leaving?"
I need to meet somebody outside the city.
Hmm. Before they could even ask the next question, the doors slowly open up, and inwards comes a large caravan being pulled by several. Well, you would say at first you would think it was some sort of horse, but no, it's several skinny-looking male drows, pulling the large cart full of stuff in, and you get out, ugh, 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 followed by a woman that's not as tall as most women you've already seen, pretty nobly dressed, going along with them, holding a whip out, ready to whip him into shape, and he's like, "Come on, you lazy bums! We're almost there, and you can finally take a break and have some food. Isn't that nice? But if you slack off," cracks her whip, "you understand where this goes to, right?" And he just goes past you with the cart. And guards turn towards you. Door remains open and says like, "Anyone specific? Or do you have something else to state?"
Nothing else to state.
Fine. Pulls the spears aside and you can now pass out.
Thank you.
Go past the slums and you reconvene with the group outside. Where is it? Oh, here.
Well, hello.
Takes a bit, but you regroup with the party.
Took you long enough.
It's taken several hours, by the way, but yeah.
Did you have fun?
Oh, buckets.
Ah, good. Good.
And
Well, I got interrogated by some spider commanding robot person.
okay.
Did think maybe it was like the local thieves guild or something, but he didn't recognise the symbol I scrolled into the ground, so that rules that out. So apparently we're being watched.
I don't like that.
No. But it does make sense considering the guests we had last night.
Guessed.
No. The dude that's at our camp. I shoot him off.
And
Did he
you didn't
tell you
want
about
to
him?
share this
Didn't I?
information because?
I think I did tell you guys.
No, he did tell this the guest. He just didn't tell much about them. It's like, oh, they're gonna let us do whatever we want. That's what you told them.
Yeah, that's enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Mhm.
So, anyway, found the person. Of course, they don't have the ritual yet, but they can get hold of it. So, in a short while, I'm due back in the city to cause a distraction. So, we can hopefully make a bit more progress towards getting what we want out of the deal.
Are you saying we need to come up with our end of the deal in order for them to keep their end?
Yes.
That
That's
feels
silly.
unfair.
I agree, but I don't particularly see much of a way around it at this point in time.
Mm.
In hindsight, this plan really is half-baked.
Then fully bake it. Maybe Fireball works for that.
Fireball works for
Oh,
everything.
fireball!
No fun allowed. Jeez.
So Erica does pipe up. So to get me straight, the reason he can't hold up his end of the deal is because he needs our end of the deal to even get his end of the deal.
Yeah.
I would say that would normally constitute someone trying to deceive you, but then again, it is not a full lie. He did say he would know, but he doesn't know it exactly.
Surprisingly, considering the race that we're dealing with, I did not pick up on any deception from him.
So he's simply telling the truth. It's that your offer and his goals that what you offered and both your goals align in a way. Clever. Very
Pretty
clever.
much. In fact, he doesn't even seem to be concerned whether he survives this attempt. Just the mere fact of getting this underway will be more than enough to achieve his goals. So,
If I'm correct about Drowse, if a matriarch would marry someone, it would be considered kind of bad to suddenly kill the new husband. Though it does happen, doing such things would put the matriarch on alert and would, well, how would I say this? Let's just say that matriarchs would then cause civil riots within the community.
yes, and when the matriarch he has his eyes on is only apparently allowed to choose one suitor for life.
At that point, killing him would just simply be a petty crime. Because it would
What
not
he
be
said.
done. So that's what he said. Alright. Thank you. So the fairy goes, so what's the plan? Do we polymorph into the bride? Then we marry him, and then we grab the stuff and interrupt her.
Well, essentially, he wants me to cause a distraction long enough to be able to do what he needs to do regarding the love potion.
Well, we're good in distractions. I'll just use Fireball.
Ooh, good idea.
No fireballs.
All right.
Nothing from yesterday.
You see,
What happened yesterday?
they didn't hear that.
Oh, I said, what happened yesterday?
No,
I don't
Z,
remember.
Z.
You blew up the ceiling.
There it is.
Oh, I did, yeah. True.
As much as destructive power is a very good distraction, Arca pipes up and then gives a bit of an annoyed tone. I believe we need to not get everyone's attention, correct?
I was hoping to resolve this with just a little bit more finesse.
All right.
Very. What's finesse?
No,
No, but
fireballs.
there's like no fireballs. Finesse means no fireballs? That's a weird way of saying things. But okay. Hmm. I don't get this part. Okay, what is this just a plan then? We cannot enter the city. And even if we could, there's a high chance we'll get caught, and let's just say we wouldn't stand a chance against an entire Drow army. And even if we could have such a chance, well, I doubt they would give us the ritual at that point.
Well, as much as having a lot of you running around causing chaos would certainly be a distraction. Essentially, he wants me to get the attention of one man who appears to be the lone member of his house and just basically keep him busy. Which sounds pretty easy to me.
A singular person. Shouldn't be too hard.
Mom would probably be able to do it if she was here.
Barry goes, I could keep him busy. We can play some games like hide and seek and... Interruption, please.
I don't think the Drow really like playing games.
Inkier goes like, I understand your suggestion, but for you'd have to look like a drow to begin with. Then again, we haven't the drow ever seen a life-size fairy like you before. You see something brewing in Erica's mind, but she's just like, let us not find out. So, what do you guys decide to do? What is going to be a plan?
Mm,
Well, by the sounds of this, all this was going on at some going to be occurring at some high temple, which you can guarantee if there's nobility there, there's going to be some sort of food and drink on offer.
Perhaps some sort of ceremony? Or maybe...
Mm-hmm.
I see. There is just one little aspect that I'm worried about.
Huh?
The person who approached us and the person who attacked you. That group Would they be a factor in hindering your plan?
I mean, the person who approached us told us we can make the deal.
Yes, they did seem rather sure that the person I was approaching didn't have what we wanted in his possession. But as he's already confessed, was never in his possession. So,
This would indicate the group is more knowledgeable than they show. It might be in your best interest to find more about these people before making any distractions. In fact, considering how they're able to approach us and approach you, it might be wise to find them and have them put the distraction up for you if they're willing.
yeah, so short of lurking around on rooftops, not entirely sure how I'd run into them again.
And he did not want to help us when I did ask him and offered him something in return, but he said he would not join our business. He wouldn't do anything for us.
Hmm.
Either way, we're gonna need some sort of plan. We wish to get our hands on such a ritual before moving. Ugh. Cleanse! Cleanse! Cat
Did he?
tripped and put her nails on my chest.
Ooh.
Oof.
So I guess she grabbed a hold of me to keep herself balanced. I felt that.
Oh.
I'm fine now, but it's like...
Gotta love when cats do that.
Anyway. So, what is your plan, party? You've regrouped, you've reconvened, you've talked, and now you need a plan.
I'll distract with finesse, right? Who knows finesse?
Well, does anyone have the skill finesse weaponry? Can anyone wield finesse weaponry? Because then you have finesse.
Hello, I'm a rogue.
Yeah. You can wield finesse weapons. No? Okay. Jokes aside, you do need some sort of plan of approach for this.
Mhm.
And I guess the first thing, so you can at least from all the resources you have, I'll just say this: I know that Lucas is currently drow until someone turns it off, so he can stay in the city as long as possible. You have one polymorph, and you have a disguised self at the very least.
Yeah.
Which only lasts an hour, so you can at least get an hour within the city. Considering how large the city is, that's not a lot of time, but it could be enough to get back inside the city and then cause a distraction and then get the hell out of there before, in case the timer runs out. I'm just saying this as a DM.
To be fair, showing up in the city and being in the right place at the right time as your timer runs out would definitely be a distraction.
And getting out of the city would be a problem.
Unless you can fly, but then you might get shot. You don't
try
know
that.
that. Yeah. That's why
I
I
could potentially turn invisible if I need to, so...
Same here.
Well, I do have another way that I could cause a distraction, but I'm going to need an hour.
Okay.
You're gonna cast Find Familiar?
Yes, I'm getting my bloody familiar back.
Okay, you can get your Fairly Familiar back. So that's the plan, but you need a full-on plan because it's gonna be hard getting everyone inside the city. That's literally the hard plan.
Mm.
But you could also maybe find some alternative ways into the city.
I don't think it's smart to get me into the city. I've got no way to disappear.
Well, we could get rid of you finally.
Rude.
I am rude.
So,
Well,
question.
as you keep pointing out so often, Emberlyn, you can cast Fly.
So
I can.
the two people most likely to be able to join into the city from your resource points is Poppy and Amberlyn. Ozzius is a definite no. Even if you could cast something on him, he is the least likely to escape if something goes wrong. Even though he's your healer and your tank.
To be fair, a big flying silver-shelled target probably is not going to last long hanging over a city.
Oh.
You
But
might
he
have
would
good
be a
AC,
hell
but
of a
there's also going to be
distraction.
probably magic casters around who's going to shoot who are more willing to shoot. The Druger might not have much magic casters, but the Drow, definitely. Ow, my knee again. So yeah,
But who would be so stupid as to fireball a ceiling?
Mhm.
You're
anyway,
never gonna let that go, are you?
No, I'm not.
on this, I know that your fairy is going to be can do things, but that's literally saying that you're literally asking someone to either set off a nuke, chirp like a dog, or I don't know, something weird happens. It's basically a gamble. You can't rely on her from her skills or anything. Does Erica have for other trickery?
As much as I appreciate the fairy's willingness to participate, I like my distractions just a little bit more controlled.
Erica does have some abilities, but nothing to really help much in it. She's also less likely to. Well, no, she does have something to help. She knows Dimension Door.
Hmm.
She does know Dimension Door.
There's
So
a way out.
So yes, she can technically Dimension Door herself. Dimension Door. You can bring along objects as long as the way doesn't extend. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who's carrying. Yeah. Okay. So basically, she can teleport two people. She can teleport herself and one person around if need be with Dimension Door.
One
she-
person.
Plus one person, so she can do herself and one person.
Did I
That's-
make an algo? No?
Well, only two of you can add to the disguises, which is so you have plus polymorph, which is one, and Poppy's disguise self, unless you polymorph her, which means you wasted one. So Poppy needs to disguise self, someone else needs to polymorph, and then you have two people. Then you have three people, two people left that can disguise at that point. Or three because the fairy's technically the third one, but. And someone needs to probably stick with the fairy, so you're always going to be one person short. Unless you take the fairy with you, but then she probably needs to be in disguise and needs to well behave.
Yeah, like that's gonna work.
Getting into well behave is not as hard as it looks, but
Well, we could just leave the fairy with Osius. If he's not coming.
that's vile. That's vile. To be fair, Ozzius did learn silver replication from her. She can't cast it anymore, but she still does have magical knowledge. But I.
I mean, technically, you're the reason we have the fairy in the party. I mean,
Mhm. It is always the reason we have to carry the party.
Okay, so quick question. How many times per day can you cast disguise self? I'm pretty.
As long as you spell slots.
Okay, well, I'm using spell slots, so I can basically cast it however many times I want this. I just recast it every hour.
Yeah, you do need to go somewhere to recast it every time. Which is
Okay,
what which is what the original warlock of the party did every time. He went off somewhere to cast this guy's self, and eventually it's like, you're gonna do that every hour, and then I'm not gonna keep track every hour and let you cast. I'm only doing it during critical moments at that point.
Mm.
So yes, you could technically disguise self forever, but you need to go out of sight every hour to cast, and there's therefore a high chance you get caught.
What if you have a cloak on you and then you disguise self, or does that not work?
It does, but even so if someone looks your way, let's say someone rolls a perception check while you're casting disguise self, they will. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a cloak; they might see it. It's always going to be a risk. It's always going to be a risk. You can just lower the risk, but it's always going to be a risk that someone notices what you're doing. Even if you, let's say, don't get seen by the face when you just do disguise self, someone might notice that you cast disguise self because there's still an incantation being done.
Fair.
Then they notice that you're in disguise, and then you're being called suspicious because why did you cast disguise self on yourself? And then you get interrogated, and that's the risk. It's gonna be risky regardless.
Yeah.
So we should distract within the hour. That's kind of the takeaway.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair, Chimerian in the Underdark is going to draw less attention than the Tortle. So, I mean, technically, Poppy belongs here more than Lucas does, as a human. So,
yeah, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to make hard decisions now. There is gonna be risks.
yeah.
And that's the fun part, isn't it? You have to decide what is the best approach for this.
Well, I guess Poppy and our Aunt Lucas are going to distract, right?
Yeah.
What if? Okay, this is a silly plan.
Mm-hmm.
What if I don't disguise myself and I just become something to sell?
Well then.
Well then.
Interesting approach.
Well, what if we got a good offer?
Oh god. That's called hiding in the open, what she's thinking.
For how much are we willing to sell, though?
Yeah, that's one question.
Well,
Like
it's a
a ridiculous amount, because
you can see. Let's see. You do so. Poppy is someone who can disguise self, so that plan can work because she's Chimerian. It will be less suspicious, but at the same time, she won't be casting disguise self, and we still have Emberlyn with a timer at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not easy what you're trying to do. You really have to make some tough calls here.
I mean, how many people do we need for a distraction? Maybe that's a good question.
It depends on the kind of distraction you're doing.
Yeah, if it's a
Exactly.
fireball, just you.
Poppy, what kind of distraction could you generate by yourself? Guys?
well, I'm pretty sure I can send Garby off to do something, like turn him
turn Kirby invisible and he can just knock something over? There's a lot of things he can do while invisible, and I can just summon him back to me whenever necessary.
Lucas, did he mention anything about the kind of distraction he needs? How long, for example?
I presume he just needs me to get this fellow's attention long enough to put the love potion into use. So,
Hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, the longer the distraction, the better.
I wish you were turned into a female drow. You could seduce him. Or maybe he likes male drow.
Excuse me, I think I need to go vomit.
Not too close near us, please.
Yes, I agree. Well, do you want to save the world or not? Like, that's not a big offer, right?
Not that you're going to save the world. It's more like he wants to save the world with some dignity.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Why?
Dignity's overrated.
Like he wants to spread the word of the legend of Lucas, where he wants to omit the part and seduce a drow for some reason, for a distraction. He wants to keep that omitted, and by omitting it, he doesn't want it to have to happen.
Yeah, that chapter is not going in my autobiography.
But I mean, you gotta think of a good plan, and yeah. Good luck.
Well, who agreed with Lucas seducing the guy?
Yeah,
No, this time will not be involving any kind of seduction. I'm drawing the line right there.
I mean, we could do it. We could try. I really don't mind seducing a little bit.
You're not a drow, though.
Well, I will look like one.
Erica chuckles. You've seduced anyone with your temperament. Please. My kind is much better at such things.
Do you even
You wanna
speak the
do it?
language?
That's a good one. Well, Erica, do you want to do it? Feel free to step in at any time.
Alright then. How's about this? She actually stands in a seductive pose, having her hips curved and waving her eyelashes. Let's just have a look at you. He rolls a 23 in persuasion to persuade that she's seductive. You may all react to what you think of that with a 23.
Well, you convinced me.
That could work.
What were we talking about again?
Everyone can see that she took quite pride in her seductive nature. As you can see, if seduction is what you need, I quite expertise
So,
in
what
it.
did you want to go drink with me?
Right. I guess you could say I almost cast a spell on you all with my alluring charms. Either way,
Well, if you can do it, I can do it too, right? Okay, I also try to mimic the same pose.
and with the fanatic eyelashes, all right, persuasion.
Oh no.
Yeah, usually when you tell a male that you're cool. Usually when you
14.
tell a male that hots for them, you're not supposed to be referring to the fireball.
14. Well, Erica has 23. You have a 14, so it is still seductive, but not even near the level of Erica.
So, Emberlyn, I can
Alright.
schedule dinner with you tomorrow, I guess.
I guess.
Wait, again? What again? Alright, Erica,
It-
you win. You can go
It's
seduce the man.
it's only a suggestion. You seem capable, but yes. We should. Either way, if someone should seduce it, it could be me at best. Merely a suggestion, but if that is our plan,
Hang on, our friend said the person he wanted me to distract was essentially the master of his house.
and it would be odd for a female to already seduce them. I might be able to distract him for long, but if he is as paranoid as most are, he would already find it odd that a female would approach him.
Hmm.
I'm not worried about being caught. I have my ways to get out. Merely the timer that is a problem. We need to strike soon. If we use a spell to disguise me, I would only have an hour to get in, have seduce him, and keep him busy.
Hmm.
Unless there is another way.
Do tell?
You see her smirk. Right. It's a shame that item got destroyed when a ceiling collapsed. But if you can find a object that I could simply, well, hide inside, you could smuggle me in, present me as an actual gift. I come out, seduce him, keep him busy, and then I'll vanish. You may roll Arcana if you want to know what that means. Emberlyn, you know by nature she means to hide inside some sort of magical object like a genie does, considering she is a djinn. And you're an Ifriti. You know she has that ability still. And she basically suggests that she doesn't have that object right now, which to you means she has one option less. She just admits having one option less, and she needs a replacement for that.
Mm-hmm.
You may use an Arcana what exactly she means. If you want to roll Arcana. Ozius, you're too distracted by how attractive Erica still looks.
And how decent Emberlyn looks.
Yeah, how these Emberlyn look. Emily, you didn't
Thank
have to
you.
roll. You're the only person who didn't have to roll.
Oh, I thought I could
20.
find out.
No,
which
you already
one was it.
understood what you mean because you're an Ifriti. You understand that as you know, technically an Ifriti still.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, I was distracted. And Emberlyn, you look hot.
Well.
Hold on, where's my Arcana? Oh, for fuck's sake! It was almost an 18.
Poppy,
Damn it.
you don't really understand why she needs that magical thing, but you trust Erica. Lucas, you figured considering she's a djinn, she prefers to something like a lamp or other kind of holder. It doesn't have to be a lamp, it just needs to be something that can hold her essence in some way. It can be a bottle, it can be a water pipe, it can be an oil lamp, it can be a lantern. Something where she can put her essence in as a djinn. Even though she's technically mortal, she still has some sort of ability as a djinn to do that. And basically, she needs something with semi-magical properties to tune to it, get inside, and then you can literally take the lamp, take the lamp or object with you, show it to this guy. It's like, hey, there's a genie in here. You could get a wish maybe out of it, or who knows how they may react, and use that as a distraction. That is Erica's plan.
But then we need something to hide her in.
So you need an object for that, and you
I have a
it
tinder
right
box.
now.
Would that work?
No.
That would be fun though.
Also, the tinderbox is probably the last thing she wants to go in with someone who's prone to throw fire at her.
Exactly. That would be fun.
I got several mundane objects magical. I got a hooded lantern. I got a water skin.
It needs to have some sort of minor magical properties. It doesn't have to be enchanted, or it can have a little enchantment on it or anything. It just needs something to identify it has some sort of magical essence to it.
Bag of holding.
Technically, that counts.
You could also smuggle me in a bag of holding.
Oh dear lord!
It would be really
there is
heavy. Oh,
very
Oh,
small issue of needing to breathe.
which I can hold for an hour.
How wide can I stretch the opening of the bag?
I'll stay here.
Oh, sorry. I am reading something. No, she. Oh, I didn't know she could do that. Technically can already have one. She just needs a magical one to replace it temporarily on the spot, but she can also conjure one within an hour.
Oh.
I did not read that part. Basically, she's asking her patron, "Can I have a new one?" But because she's her own patron, it would only take an hour to get it.
Perfect. I'll cast Find Familiar. You cast Recover Vessel.
It's like, but I'm giving one little stipulation on it. There is a risk, since you knows to it. Yeah. You're gonna ask, does anyone have a piece of silver or gold or maybe a gemstone?
We've got coins.
We do.
I need a value of 5 gold minimum.
5 gold.
Can be 50 silver too.
I got 2 gold pieces and 9 silver. My name. Anyone want to stump up the rest?
I can add in some gold.
We can gamble some gold.
If you do not have the gold, I have to cast with a possible backfire upon it to get in vessel. I simply need the materials or a vessel-like to do it. If I have a similar vessel, I can do it instantly. If I have the materials, I can take an hour without risk. Or I would do the ritual for an hour, but there might be consequences to that.
Do you
give
consume the
5
gold?
Yes.
I can give it to you.
Are you certain you're willing to just pay for such a vessel? Looking with one eye half closed, like.
I mean, it's to save this world, and I kind of want to stay here, so it's fine.
Then our goals align. Fine, then I will owe you one.
Well, if we don't stop the Ephelid, it's not like we'll be going anywhere where we can spend it.
So you give her 5 gold?
Yeah.
And we'll remove any risks from her cast because it says here that the patron will give it, and the patron might be pissed by asking. Because here's your own patron, that won't happen, but there's still going to be genie magic involved. So that's a little bit of DM homebrew there. Just make it so she can't just keep doing that and breaking it, and then 1 hour later I'm fine, I can do it again, and 1 hour later I can do it fine again.
It's kind of like those self-employed people who walk into a room and sit there arguing with themselves over a raise. Fine, you can have it.
All right. So you all wait an hour for your rituals to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I need to roll a d6 for the object to appear. What? 6. What is the object? And it. Oh, it's an ornate lantern. Neat.
Ooh, fancy.
That's pretty cool.
So she gets a nice ornate looking golden lantern. Here it is. And you're familiar again, Lucas. It is your familiar ferret.
Yep.
No.
Imagine you can all tell that he's returned by some very angry sounding chittering. Look, though there were creatures in the shadows. It's not like you saw it coming, Fluffbutt.
She can be okay. She can be in that lamp for over 6 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. So the moment you want to go back in with her in the lamp, Erica, you can now smuggle in. So that's the Erica problem done. Poppy can still disguise herself and such, but yeah, Erica is safe for at least 6 hours in the lamp, in the lantern. So you're taking Erica inside. Anyone else want to join?
No, I'm not sexy enough.
You're hot though.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll stay with you.
Okay, so Emberlyn, Poppy, and the fairy stay behind. Lucas and Erica are going in. Correct?
As we go, I actually give Erica. Give Erica. I give Carbuncle to Erica and Emberlyn in case of emergency.
Why Erica and Emberlyn?
Or sorry, my bad. To Emberlyn and Osius. God, that's what I meant.
Are you going in as well?
I've got the Sky Self, remember?
Yeah. Hey, then you need to cast it every hour. So that's the plan?
Yeah.
So Lucas, Poppy, and Erica are going in. Erica's going to be in the lantern, so she's going to be non-active.
Yep.
Poppy's going to be in disguise self and needs to disguise self every hour. Lucas is still going to be stuck in True Polymorph, which means unless his HP drops to 0 or he gets dispelled, he's going to stay disguised. Emberlyn and Osius stay with the fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Play nice.
then we're gonna do that as the full split. And I think that this is a good point to call it then.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
next time the party splits one more time, and it won't be a solo session.
Yay.
Yeah, that was silly.
Sorry. I mean, I wasn't. It was kind of going to be hard getting inside of Drow City, so I had to. You guys
Yeah.
had to figure it out.
Yeah,
It was
so
going to
we
be a
had-
bit of a solo session, but that can sometimes happen.
Well, at least we got a plan now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Mm.
So,
Ye-
that said, with the party now going to split in 2 ways, the plan is simple.
Isn't that?
Poppy, Lucas, and Erica are going to go back into the city with Poppy in disguise, Lucas polymorphed, and Erica inside a lantern. A nice, beautiful, ornate lantern with the plan of several degrees.
Uh,
Well,
hmm.
you know what your plans are. And in the meantime, Emberlyn and Osius get to babysit the fairy and stay on standby if something goes wrong.
Something will go wrong. Got it.
Yeah, you got it. And before you can, and you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make this joke. With the help of Emberlyn, don't worry, Osius can become Gamora. You get the reference. I mean, you're fire and you're flying and you have a turtle. Yeah, can just be Gamera.
Actually, I have a fair point. Erica's lantern, technically an extra-dimensional space.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not putting that in the bag of holding.
No, don't. Do not put. If you would try that, that would have gone wrong. I would have already said like, you don't want to do that. I would have said like, you don't want to do that. Are you really sure you want to do that?
That would
Yes.
be a hell of a. That would be a hell of a bloody distraction, wouldn't it? Just the middle of the ceremony. Watch this! Kaboom! That's all right.
Erica would be very upset if you tried that. Don't get me wrong. You'll probably be dead. She'll probably survive to a degree because she's inside the thing, and she'll be forced out when the thing gets destroyed. So she probably still has a reaction to get the dimension the fuck out of there.
Me to Emberlyn.
I
We
can
need a new
just see
party.
I can just see that. Yeah, Raz, if you survive this, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Raz?
Lucas, whatever.
Yes. So, let's just go. Okay. So, what will happen next time? Will the plan succeed? Will something go wrong? Will they have to make another plan?
Yes.
Or will it fully succeed? And what else can happen? We're gonna have to find out next time as the party splits up. And the mystery will be unveiled. Or will it? It is goodbye from your Dungeon Master Kotlol. It is goodbye from Poppy.
Bye!
It is goodbye from Emberlyn.
Bye bye.
It is goodbye from Osius.
Oh, good night.
And it's goodbye from Lucas.
Tune in next time to find out how it goes wrong.
Stay
Pretty
charged
much.
and see you all in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Actually, 2 weeks? I don't know. I don't know if we can make 2 weeks.
Oh, you want to do it next week then?
Let me double check. Oh no, 2 weeks should be fine. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
It's 3 weeks is when it starts.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright.